Okay, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh and good afternoon. So today I'm going to introduce one software that is quite useful in screening paper, especially if you are doing systematic review. So this software is known as JabRef. So first thing first, you need to install the software. So go to Google and search JabRef, JabRef. So this is JabRef. It is a free software, so you can download without any subscription or without any need to pay, right? So click on this. So it will lead you to the homepage of JabRef. Go to download. So usually it will detect your operating system. So for mine, it is Windows. So you can click this download JabRef. So it will download the installer. JabRef also available for Mac OS and Linux. So just make sure you download the correct version of JabRef according to your operating system, right? So most often, usually it will automatically detect your operating system. So I will not download the JabRef because I already have one already installed in my laptop. So, but once you download, you can open the installer and install the JabRef just like any other software. The installation process is quite straightforward. I think you can actually install the software without the need for me to demonstrate how to install the software. So let's just go to the software itself, right? So once you already installed JabRef, open your JabRef. So when before we want to do the screening, you also need to have the bibliographic file or the file that downloaded from the Scopus, Web of Science, and so on, right? So make sure you have the file first before doing any of this screening using JabRef. Right. Let me go. So I have the file on my JabRef folder in my desktop. So this is the file from the Scopus, right? It is in a BibTeX format. So usually when I'm using JabRef, I use a BibTeX format. I'm not really sure whether other format works or not. I think other format can also work with JabRef, but you need to check first, right? But to be safe, if you download anything from Scopus or Web of Science, make sure it is in a BibTeX format. So this is in a BibTeX format, right? So we have two files. Most often, we're going to have several files. Let's say if you have like 5,000, right, bibliographic information from the Scopus or Web of Science. So Scopus and Web of Science have both have limits. I think Web of Science about 1,000. So you need to download 1,000, the first 1,000, and then download the second 1,000, which is 1,001 until 2,000, right? So if you have like 5,000, then you have like 5 separate files, right? So here I'm going to demonstrate only two files, but it works exactly similar if you have more than two files. Okay, so this is a BibTeX. So if you want to see what's in the BibTeX format, you can open using a notepad, right? So open with a notepad. So this is in a BibTeX format. So this is the first bibliographic information for the papers. So when we download from the Web of Science or Scopus, we are not actually downloading the papers, right? We only download the bibliographic information from that papers. So these are the bibliographic information: the author's name, the title, the abstract, the URL, and so on. So this is known as bibliographic information, right? So this is all the bibliographic information that we downloaded from the Scopus, or I downloaded from the Scopus. So let's get back to JabRef. So first thing first, create a library. So click on this plus symbol. And then we're going to save. So it will give us an option to rename our file. So I'm going to just put a dummy library, right? Save. Okay, so in order to read our Scopus file into JabRef, there are two approaches that I know of. The first one is to use click on file and click on import. So the first one is using an import function, right? Import into a current library. So here you can click, let's say here, this is the Scopus, right? So this is the first approach. Second approach is drag and drop, right? So I'm going to use the second approach, drag and drop. So it's going to take a few seconds depending how many bibliographic information that you have in that Scopus file, right? So usually it will take a few seconds. Okay, now we already loaded the Scopus file into our JabRef, right? Or to be specific, into our library, right? So click save. So now we already save our files. So if you double click on this each of these papers, right, you're going to see there is a few information here. So you can adjust it to make it bigger. So here you can screen for the title. So this is the title: Anti-Proliferative Effects of C. aromatica extract and essential oil in MDA MB231 and blah blah blah, right? So this is the title, this is the abstract, right? So usually we only screen using the title and abstract if needed the text, right? The full text or the full paper. So the full paper you need to manually download from the internet, right? You cannot, we don't have a full paper here, right? But try to screen using the title and abstract first. If needed, then go to the full text or full paper. One of the common thing that or common issue that usually happen is there is a missing abstract, right? So for example, there is no abstract here, right? There is no abstract. So you go to online and you find that, oh, there is an abstract. So how to add the missing abstract? You can go to the BibTeX source. So here we have the abstract here. So if there is a missing abstract, normally we don't have this, right? We don't have this or this field, right? So make sure to add a new field known as abstract, and make sure to follow the same format, right? With curly brackets, you know, enclosing the abstract, and then we have a comma as well at the end of the curly brackets, right? Like this one, right? So this is the format, right? So for example, here maybe the abstract here is not correct and you want to change into new abstract. So this is a new abstract, right? And then a period. So if you go into, if you click required field or any other field, any other tab here, right, you're going to see, okay, this is a new abstract, right? The one that we already changed. So that's how you can access the abstract, and how you can there is also how you can screen the paper, right? By reading on this what we call it, maybe column, or this space here, or these windows, right? These windows here. Okay, so next, let's learn how to identify a duplicate. So every time you change something, you do something, make sure you save, right? So here we want to find our duplicates. Usually if we download from the Scopus and Web of Science, if we are only using one database, there is no duplicates, right? So for example, here, go to the quality, make sure you are in your library, right? If you have more than 2 libraries, so it will find the duplicates in your libraries only, right? So here we are already in our libraries. Go to the quality, find duplicates. Searching for duplicates, and it's not going to show us anything because there is no duplicate, right? So if there is a duplicate, it will give you an option how to merge the duplicates, right? Which we're going to see in a little bit, right? So this is we already know how to find our duplicates. So now let's see how to read a second data, right? Let's say we have a second Scopus file, or maybe not a Scopus file, a Web of Science file, right? So you can, like earlier, you can drag and drop, or you can use the import function. So I'm going to use the import function right now. File, import into current library. So this is a Scopus. So this is basically the same file from the previous one. I just copy 3 entries into this Scopus duplicates, just to make a duplicate and just to show you how you can how we can merge the duplicates, right? So when we open, right, it gives you a windows. Here you can select all new entries. So it's not going to select all these 3 because all these 3 is duplicates, right? I know this is a duplicate because I purposely copy from the first file the 3 entries and put it into this new file or the second file, right? So I know this is a duplicate. So that's why when I click on select on new entries, meaning it will select all new unique entries, right? Not a duplicate. But for the purpose of learning, let's say we select all entries, right? We select all entries and then click import entries, right? So here it gives us information about existing entry. This is from the first Scopus file. From import, this is from the second Scopus file, right? The duplicates one. So we can see the first one, for example, entry type is article type, right? The name of the journal. So it is similar. That's why we have no we don't have any different version. But if you see on the abstract, so this is the one that we edit just now, right? So if we click on this one, we can see on the merge entry, instead of taking the first abstract, it's taking the second abstract. So this is the final product, right? The merge entry. So here we know the second abstract is the correct one. So we're going to select the second one, right? So we can see also here there is an affiliation from the second file. There is no from the first file. So it directly select from the second file. Same goes to author keywords and so on. And here we have citation key. We have 2 options: Priyanka 2024 and then Priyanka blah blah blah, right? It is not important, but I just want to show it to you. You can choose which one that you want to use, right? For example, we want the first one, right? So here it takes the first one. So once you check everything, click keep merge, right? So then it's going to pop up a second duplicates, right? Remember, we have 3 duplicates. So for the second duplicates, this is the exact duplicates, right? The existing entry and from import from the second file, all are the same, right? So the element are all the same. So keep merge. So again, this is the last duplicates, right? Again, same. So keep merge, right? So now we already read our second data. At the same time, it already detect if we have a duplicate coming from a second data that is similar to our original data or our first data, right? So click save. Okay, so now let's see how we can do the screening, right? So first you need to make a subgroup. Right click on all entries, add subgroup, right? So here I will put it include. So this going to be in this subgroup, it's going to be all the files or all the papers that meet the eligibility criteria, right? So I will put an icon so that it's easy for us to, you know, to spot the subgroup. See if we can, yeah, I'm trying to, okay, I think there is a better one here. There is a better one. See, okay, this one. Okay, I think let's use this one. Color, maybe we want green color. Okay, so now we have first subgroup. Now let's make sure you click, you right click on the all entries, right? Do not right click on the include, right? So if you add subgroup but you click on the includes, it's going to add the subgroup into the include, right? Not into the all entries. So we want it to be under the all entries. So add subgroup, exclude. Let's find an icon, maybe X icon if we can find one. Do we have X? No. Do we have X? Yep, we have X here. Okay, so let's make a red color, right, for X. Click OK. So now we have include and exclude, right? So as usual, click save. So how, let's say you read the first one, right? You read the first one, I think, and you think, okay, maybe this is meet all the eligibility criteria, so include. Second one also include, so just drag and drop. Third one also include. Maybe the fourth one exclude. The fifth one also exclude. Oh, another thing that I forgot to mention, exclude here, I just put it in general. Usually if you are doing systematic review, you need to be very specific why you exclude the paper, right? Let's say you want, let's say you exclude the paper because it is not a research article, because you want only research article in your review, systematic review, right? So here, instead of exclude, edit group, maybe you want to put a reason here, right? Exclude not an article, something like that. But then you're going to have a lot of exclude not, for example, the first one is exclude because not a research article. Second one, exclude because not of English language, right? Third one, include because not a right population, something like that. So you're going to have a lot of exclude, right? But for the sake of simplicity, I just put it in general here, right? Because more usually when you doing systematic review, you're going to use Prisma flow of diagram. So in Prisma flow of diagram, you need to be very specific why you exclude certain papers, right? Cancel. Okay. So now, if you click on include, you can see all the paper that is that are meeting the eligibility criteria. Exclude are all the papers that are that we exclude for certain reason, right? If you want to be I'm not sure why, but you can also do here, because here it makes everything, right? The include and exclude, right? Even if you click on include, this is only a subgroup. You can also make a new library which contain all the includes only, right? So how to do that, right? First, click on this plus button, right? Save. So this is going to be include only library, right? Save. Go to the dummy, right? Control A, so select everything. Click on this double square, right? So this is copy button. Go to the include only library. Click on the paste button here, or clipboard here. Right? So here we have all the includes only. You can also read the abstract and the title like you know, like from the previous library, right? So it is exactly the same, but this is a new library, right? This old library contain the mix between include and exclude, but the new library only contain the includes, right? The same goes if you want to make a specific library for exclude only. So there is an option to do that, right? So I think that's basically summarize what I want to, you know, what I want to show how, what I want to demonstrate how to use JabRef for screening the paper, especially in systematic review. So hopefully you learn something and you can use it in practice of doing your systematic review. So that's all. Thank you.